beautiful fluid coloration in the intro, very liquid, very relaxing, and pleasant to watch. I like that the soundtrack had a little bit of an electronic sound, and we see bubble formations and what looks to be like cell division, almost in embryonic state. The music changes, and gradually we see the reveal of the pearl in an oyster. And it's shot so nicely, so soft, and not at all with the sharp shell edges of the outside shell. But there it is lying in the bed of the oyster. It was very elegant, and I like that the piece ended with the soft piano.
Felt as if I was watching all of these things through a microscope. It dealt with very close-up images, and after researching what Nacre means, it means mother of pearl, I realized that I was looking at an oyster, at least at the end of this film. It was very clearly an oyster and a pearl, which I thought was really cool. It was a beautiful film, working with light and water and color and these oysters and pearls, just very close up. You can definitely see the beauty in that. Some of it felt like I was seeing cells and the beginnings of the oyster itself, so I think it was sort of the life and the coming to be of the pearl, which I thought was a really cool concept. And I enjoyed the subtle underlying score to this film as well. I thought it added to the film without overshadowing what we were seeing on screen.
Had a really great sense of mood and atmosphere that worked well with the interplay of light and form within the shapes. And I thought that the piece had a very sort of meditative feel and a sort of spiritual undercurrent that I thought was quite effective, and it was able to give the piece a sense of like a journey and a narrative, even though obviously it's an abstract experience. I thought that the combination of the music and the visual images and the progressions of the colors, I thought worked well to create a cohesive cinematic experience that worked well.
The pearl being represented as a cycle of life, a journey of the soul, a spirit on the path to building humanity here. We are given sort of this presence of life without having the presence of life itself within the piece. I'm brought to moments of thinking about cells on a molecular level, having red blood cells kind of form and come into play, to even fertilization of eggs. Like the sequence, this play with ink really does capture the essence of what life is and what it could be, to then sort of in the end be presented with this mother of pearl. It is very pure and very white, and at the end, that does kind of give a sense of purity to the soul that we are being able to witness, kind of in a sense be formed right in front of us.
I like the play of color in the short. I like how obscure the imagery is and how it becomes more clear as the short progresses. What this reminds me of is life in creation, specifically conception in the womb and all the intricacies of such a creation, as well as highlighting the fragility of life. I think what this short does is it gives you an appreciation for life.
Looks like an animation film, although it's not animated, but this oyster that we have, this contrast between the red and the black. And at the beginning, we have the feeling that we actually are inside the uterus, like all this movement looks like a placenta, and then it ends up becoming this oyster that opens with this contrast of color. I think it was very well done, very with a haunting music, though. It really kept me there, and it was quite chilling at the same time.
Has a great use of color and light. Most of it was shot in extreme close-up to really highlight these materials. It made me wonder what materials were used to create this piece, and if there's meaning behind the use of these particular materials. if there was a purpose that the creators had in implementing and creating this experimental piece, it made me want to have a further understanding of what that was.
I love the gorgeous shiny orbs in this one. There's also lots of close-up swirls, flowing ink in bright colors like bloody red, and some shapes like the eyes of prehistoric sea creatures. It's truly mesmerizing. I would love to know how this one was filmed. So surreal. The soundtrack with echoey piano and strange pulsing really added to the sci-fi feel of the piece. At the end of the film, I felt a sense of calm and completion,